4, 3, 2. Hey, so I'm thinking. Hey guys, Ro32 here, bringing you all another circle of commentary. This is going to be the second set in round 32 of the round 32. Yes, I already said that. Of the Hana Daetoo or Daetoo MSL 2010. This is going to be between Calm and Free on Fighting Spirit. And we're going to have Calm at the upper left-hand corner as the Oranger. We're going to have Free at the bottom left-hand corner as the red protoss. So that is 11 o'clock and 7 o'clock respectively. Some call it 10 o'clock and 8 o'clock, but I don't care. When I say some, I say nuke, and I stare at him with evil eyes whenever he does. No, I don't. Don't care. Different people have different perceptions. It is right in the corner, so technically it should be 10:30 and 7:30. But we don't care about things like that. Anyway, this is, I've already said, a stacked group, and after a very interesting match in the first set, look forward to seeing what these guys bring us. Very interesting matchup because Free is very much a Zerg sniper, very powerful player against Zerg. On the opposite side, Calm also a very effective versus Protoss player. So we really look forward to seeing what kind of gameplay he brings us. I feel like I haven't cast a Calm game in a while. I did do what was that? When STX Soul played against the Winging Stars, I did cast a game with him there. Just feels like it's a long time I cast anything but a ZVZ with him. I think I feel that way a little bit after the Avalon MSL as well. It just feels like it's been a while. Free, unfortunately for him, is going to be scouting in the wrong direction with that probe. I think he didn't even really just stopped outside of the natural expo. Like, okay, nothing to see here. Pretty much, it's about okay. No Overlord coming out, so never mind. Run away. Nothing else to do. On the opposite side, Calm is going to go for a 12 hatch. So it's really interesting to see how these two players are going to play it out because this is their respectively best matchups. Calm really good with that 3 hatch Hydra style. Very powerful. Gonna get another drone out there. Unfortunately for Free, because he got that probe in there very late, he's not going to be able to at all harass the timings. And Calm has to be very happy with that. So many times that he gets in the position where, unfortunately, a probe comes in and harasses him to death. Meanwhile, going to move out that drone to the upper right-hand position where he's going to be able to pick up a slightly riskier third, but eventually going to be able to expand and pick up a much more safer fourth when he gets to that spawning pool about halfway there. We saw Free was actually scouting that 12, expecting the third hatch to be there, but not seeing that there. Meanwhile, the third hatch is going to be at the upper right-hand natural expo. Free himself, of course, spotting the 12 hatch. I think he was going for the Nexus. Would have had the cannon timing in case he needed it, but he doesn't really need to put cannons down now. He can safely plop down a gateway and tech up before he goes for these cannons. Yeah, put down a gateway, 7 core, and also, of course, you should go for at least one cannon at the front as soon as that spawning pool comes down, just in case you don't really want to offer the circling a run by opportunity. So you want to be careful in that. Spawning pool already up. Probably Calm most likely going to go with 2, maybe 4 Zerglings to start things off. Do see that first cannon coming up on the opposite side for Free. Did see the extractor, so probably going to see Calm getting himself pretty quickly into that lair, so he can get some lair tech going, get some Scourge out there to prevent the initial Corsair. Of course, you might want to do that against a Corsair harassment / scout thingy. Soulmater coming down while Free meanwhile gets his own expansion going. Probably going to see him teching up, and unless he decides to switch up, that's one of the things, I suppose, the only occasional complaint I have against Protoss players, that they don't switch it up very often, and I understand why sometimes, because, well, in this MSL, the first person to switch it up was Cal, that went for, exactly on this map, and the positions were pretty close to each other. He went for 2 gateway attack, 2 gate zealot rush, and it backfired. Simply because Zerg player just plop down a couple of Sunkens and have a few Zerglings to defend, pull off his drones, and he has effectively defended. And if the Zerg player goes for anything other than 12 hatch, your attack's probably going to fail as well. So if you have to run into some harassment, actually fight up a ramp, you're going to be in a world of hurt, world of trouble. Free gonna yet again go with that probe inside. Gonna try to get the drone coming down the ramp just as that was gonna happen. Not managing to prevent the scout. Lair is gonna be up, but I don't think this is anything that Free's not really expecting. Not expecting is to get his armory up. Armory. What am I talking about? Second assimilator up. Also has his initial Stargate on the way, and I feel really thirsty, and I don't have a beverage, or do I? Yes, I do. Haha. Icelandic malt. How I love the... It's actually Easter malt, because they kind of switch up and do little flavor things in Iceland during Easter and Christmas. And I'm pretty sure Christmas and Easter malt are pretty much the same damn thing with different packaging. Still some Zerglings out there for Calm. They're going to at the very least harass and force that probe away. But it did spot the Spire, I think, so he's going to be able to get the full scout. Going to go inside the natural, going to spot the natural production hatchery go down. Still running around trying to keep that probe alive. Going to thought of trying to get them to the main again, but with those Zergling speed upgrade, that's not going to be any chance for him to do that. Dragoon going to meanwhile start trying to kill this Overlord. Going to slowly but surely try to take that down. Might manage to do that off the high ground. Probably is going to manage to do that off the high ground. Nope, not quite. Overlord just barely getting away. The Corsair's going to fly in there, finish that off pretty soon. Citadel of Ladoon coming down alongside that Stargate. So he's going to be going pretty standard. I think, three Zerglings ran by, and one Zergling actually going to run inside the main, going to get the scout. So nice little move there by Calm. Calm is a very intelligent player, and he plays best if he has the scout, of course. He's one of those players, if he knows what you're doing, he's going to be able to counter. He's going to be able to trick you. He's going to be able to fool you. He has good mechanics still. He's an overall very skilled Zerg player, but primarily how he plays best is with his mind, with his head. Playing smart, because that's pretty much his forte. Has his Hydrolis Den now, also adding in sunken colonies. They're always putting there just in case a Protoss player decides to go for DTs, because many do. They get like one DT out there, see if there's an opening. If that doesn't work out, well, okay, he'll switch up, go for a ground army. Still don't see Templar Archives anywhere out there. A couple of Corsairs. Third Corsair going to be actually on the way. So, yeah, okay, there we go. There's the Templar Archives. More gateways being added. He's just going to go for standard ground army. A couple of Corsairs going to come inside. Nope. Is there a photon cannon? There was a photon cannon morphing in. But the Corsairs actually going to need a little bit of trouble. Oh, one get picked off. Bad start for free. Losing one Corsair to start things off. Going to move up, actually, toward the upper right hand with a Dragoon and 4 Zealots. I think I saw 4 Zealots, I think. Sunken Colony pretty well blocked, though. Corsair's finally going to get picked off. Not quite sure whether they actually managed to get a second. Don't think they managed to get a second Corsair, but still a pretty good job. Also, Zerglings actually coming from, I think, second calm spots. He's probably going to move in with those Zerglings to come in from the back. 4 Zealots are going to run up. They're going to have a straight line towards the Sunken Colony to be able to surround it. Dragoon coming in from the back as well. He's going to get surrounded by the drones. Oh, yeah, Sunken Colony is going to go down, but only 3 Zealots left now with one single Dragoon. It's not being microed, being surrounded by the drones and getting a lot of hits. Finally, now doing some microing there. Still has those Zealots inside. Hydra's only one Hydra to defend. Nothing really coming in from the back, so he actually might still get something accomplished with his drones. Are still taking a lot of fire. Just has to basically kill. Still has all those 3 Zealots, and has to basically kill as many drones as he can. I think Calm thought this position was a little bit better than it actually was. Does have finally those Zergs in there, but if those Zealots manage to blockade for that Dragoon pretty well, he's going to be. This just has to be very careful not to lose that Dragoon. Zerg's still running around trying to get some surrounds. Dragoon going to go down right there, and the Zealot going to try to do little bit of extra damage before it dies. Yeah, it gets one more drone going through, so some damage done there at the front. I'm not going to get too much. Saw some lurkers actually moving out there for Calm, so nice switch up there. Actually going for some heavy lurkers instead of heavy Hydras. Going to come in there at the front. There are a couple of cannons there, but no observatory to speak of. Anyway, no robotics facility up there. He's probably going to be adding that as I speak. But these workers might get quite a bit done if they come in at heavy numbers. They don't see any more workers, so I think he just went in with a couple of initial workers to try to catch him off guard. Maybe, force free to tech up. Well, he just amasses a Hydra army. Still quite a few Corsairs out there playing on that. I still think he's building more. Archon and Zealot's going to come out there, going to try to force those lurkers back. One lurker going to be forced to run away all the way across the middle. But Calm now focusing fairly heavily on those Hydralists now. So I think this is kind of a switch up, kind of a fake out for him. Just faking those lurkers, couple lurkers, making Freeze. Still don't know whether Freeze actually teching to observers or not. Gonna have 4 Zealots moving up to the upper right. They're not gonna be able to come in there. Gonna try to engage those Hydra's. Not really gonna be able to manage to do much with them. They're still alive, but the Hydra's not gonna manage too much with the Archon in there. He's going to try to just focus down those drones, as many as he can. So he's going to at the very least kill a lot of drones in this upper right-hand position. But is it worth the sacrifice of all these ground troops? Going to lose all of his Zealots and that Archon as well. Picking some of those Hydras off as he does so. Still quite a few Overlords in the open. So Free's going to try to do some damage there. Going to try to split up his Corsairs up, try to focus those Hydras different locations. Flying in there, trying to pick up as many Overlords as they can. There is speed on those Overlords. And Combat has a fairly large Hydra army. He's going to take down that take down the gateway at the front. There are still some more cannons out there. Still don't think there's any observers out there. Weapons 1, or is that Weapons 2 on the... Probably Weapons 2. Weapons 2 on the Zealots on the way. Has some High Templar in there. There is an observatory, so observers going to come in as well. But the Hydra's going to push in right now. Zealots are going to just now coming off the line. All the cannons going down. Still no Storm. Free still waiting on the Storm, trying to put down some cannons. Orca's coming in as well, so Combs might actually be able to finish this off with this. Has any Storm. Free critically now going to be running back with the Zealots. Has to wait in those Storms. So just going to counter this back. Still has some cannons trying to put up at the front. Zerg is coming in very close as well, doing some additional damage. One High Templar's also one of the Templars gone down. One Storm gonna come off there, but has more High Templars down there waiting with no Storms whatsoever. And GG coming in for free. Wow, look at Calm completely taken free off guard there. Free just took off his headphones in disgust as he realized what happened. But hey, them's the work. So GG guys, wrenching out. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed.